maximize the student engagement as much as I can. Now, in a small class, I can do it by simply interacting frequently with all the individual students. I can't do that in a large class so easily, but I can do a sort of version of it. So I would use the technique which I call buzz groups. That's an English term, and I think they're called buzz groups because when you do them, there's a bit of a buzz. But essentially, these are 3-person groups. And you may say, well, how could you form 3-person groups in a 300 class lecture, or 300 student lecture? And actually, it's really quite easy once you start doing it. Essentially, what you do is you stop the class at an appropriate point. You pose a task or a question, and I'll say a bit more about that in a moment, to the students. It has to be one that's related, of course, to the context. So a good question might be to ask students to come up with an example of some phenomenon that you're talking about. In psychology, that's very easy. You might be talking about something like cognitive dissonance or aggression, and you might say to the class, I'd like you to come up with 1 or 2 or 3 examples of these ideas from your own experience, and I would like you, first of all, maybe do this yourself, and then turn to 2 neighbors, and that's the 3 groups. So what you have in a 300-person class is 100 tiny groups. And of course, it does make a buzz, and there's a lot of